Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today we're going to be sharing something that I have said that I was going to share for the last couple of years, but we haven't had time, nor have we really needed to make these, but we need to now, plus we have a lot of time. So we're going to be sharing our feminine products and how we make them. The first thing we did this time was got Jeff to make a new template because we didn't like the other one. We still have it, but we just didn't like it as much. The second thing is you trace out all of the things, all of them. We have two different sizes for different reasons. And after you trace them, then we're going to go to the next step, which is cutting them out. And Selena is cutting them out, and I'm not going to show much of this because you know how to cut out on a line, I guess, and really she didn't really want to be in the video. So I'm going to show you now what one looks like that is just cut out. That is the top portion. And also make sure you use cute fabric just to, because of what they're for. This is the core or the absorbent layer. And you can use lots of different things for this. You can go online and find out different things. We like to use terry cloth. What we really like to use is old towels that have been discarded from the kitchen or bathroom because they either have a hole in them or they've gotten stained or something like that. As long as they're still good and they are absorbent, we're going to use them for something. We recycle. We reuse. So that is what I have here is a half of a kitchen towel, and I'm going to cut, or after I traced it, I will cut it down. But what I do is I layer the one I traced onto the others, and when I get to the desired thickness, you'll see what I'm going to do next. They gave me the big scissors because Selena was finished with them. Selena was checking the thickness because this is going to be for one of hers. So, we want it to be to her liking. So what you'll see now is I'm going to pin all of the layers together. And I put 3 pins in there because I've tried it without pinning and it's not fun. It is a mess. It makes you mad and you just don't want to do it. So now Jeff has started helping me film, and I'm just going to cut around the line just like we did with the other parts. It's just I have more layers to do with this part. Okay, after you have your layers all cut out, you keep them pinned together for a moment while you're getting your sewing machine ready. I've been sewing all day, so it was kind of ready. There's a whole mess. Everything is everywhere. But this is the top of one of hers. This is the fabric that she has decided to use. And I unpin the absorbent part, and then I pin it back to the middle of the top layer. Okay, after I get it pinned, I go ahead and get it set up in my machine. I go about, a 1/4 of an inch in maybe, and I sew all the way around. Maybe not 1/4 of an inch, but it's just barely. You'll see. I'm not good at that part either, but I always lock my stitch when I start and then whenever I finish going all the way around the absorbent part. Also, some people use a zigzag at this point. I don't. I never use a zigzag. I always just use a straight stitch, and I've never had any problems. What you're doing is you're creating channels, and it does not have to be perfect. You can see that not perfect, but it doesn't matter because it's not a dress that everybody's going to see. But the next part I'm going to be showing you is something called PUL. It is a type of material that you use with diapers, cloth diapers, and it is waterproof. Things won't go through. So what you do is you put the outside parts together, I can't remember even what it's called. I know how to sew, I just can't explain it. I never was taught. I taught myself everything that I know, so except how to hand stitch. So I don't know the technical terms, but if you can get through my language, you'll get it. But anyway, I just pin 4 pins. This PUL is it is waterproof, it will not leak, and it's really good to keep things dry. I'll put it that way. I only put 4 pins in because it just works better for me, because I don't need a lot, because I'm also afraid of putting too many holes in this material. But I've never had a problem with it, and like I said, we've been using these for years. And what I do is I just go ahead and stitch around the outside of the part, the edge part, and you'll see that I put the pins on the underside. I did that on purpose because I can see them better than if they were with the absorbent materials. Okay, so I just go ahead and I stitch around all the way around the wing, and then I do stop because I'm going to have to turn this right side out, but I'll show you in a moment the spot where I stop, and then I go to the other side and I start again. But you'll see that part, and I'm just going to be quiet for a minute because I'm pretty sure y'all are tired of hearing me talk. At this point, I discover my bobbin is empty, which is not a fun thing. And normally I have extra bobbins already ready to go, but I didn't this time. So Jeff decided to go ahead and film me filling the bobbin. At this point, I'm making sure all of the little threads are snipped off. You don't really have to do that. I just like to because that's the way I do with anything that I sew. And now we're going to take off the last pin, and then I'm going to turn it right side out. I use my seam ripper sometimes to help me do this type of thing. I used to have like a little dowel rod or something. I don't know. I may still have it somewhere in my little sewing box. But it helps to get into those little bitty places. Okay, so now I'm going to stitch around the outside edge of where the opening is, and then I'm just going to go all the way around, but I'm not going to go out to the wings. I'm just going to make another channel here, and it's just going to be right at the edge of the absorbent material. And it's, well, actually these two stitches make the channel is what it is really. But I always lock my stitches, and I just make sure that I go around and I get all the little edges off, and I do clip some of that little bit off of the part that was opened. I clip that off just so it won't be there. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's there, but it will fray. But it doesn't hurt anything. It's just extra material. I also like to try to pull the edges out and flatten it before I go to this next step. The next part is where I'm going to put the snaps on. These snaps that I'm using are also some made for baby diapers or baby clothes. I get them from Joann's, but anyway, you take your little stabby thingy, I don't know what it's called, but it comes with the kit, and you poke a hole all the way through for you to be able to put the snaps on. And there are 4 parts to the snap, front and back. I mean, whenever you do it, if you've ever done them, you know. I don't know what they're technically called, but I have accidentally put them on the incorrect way. So I always look before I put the second one on and make sure that it's facing the opposite way from the other one, so that whenever I'm ready to close this, I will be able to just snap it together. I always check my snaps, make sure they're closing properly, because sometimes you have to redo them, and this is just the way it is whenever it clips onto your underwear. It's really easy to make. It takes a little time, but it is easy, and at first they're hard to unsnap. And this is the way that we like to store them, and it's just simple. And we also made little bags. I made little bags to put dirty ones in and clean ones in. And this is all the work that I have ahead of me. 2 down, 50 million to go. Not really, it's probably about 50 of them we're going to make. About 25 for her and 25 for me. But, yeah, we got a couple of them done. We'll finish the rest of them tomorrow. So that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my channel. And if you do, please make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Also, leave me a comment down below. And if you have any questions about how or why I use these, be sure to ask. I'll answer. So I will talk to you guys later. Again, thank you. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels and be sweet.